Hello viewers, welcome back. Today I got here the Can-Am Defender and I'm going to be installing a winch. So let's get to it. Here's everything that comes in the kit. We have a winch, a hook, a control switch, a fair lead, the owner's manual, a few bags of bolts and other hardware, and the wire harness and relay. If you would like these paper instructions, go to the website at the top of the page here, type in your part number, and you can print the paper instructions from there. The first thing the instructions want me to do is open and remove this hood here. Pull it forward and then up. It has two silly little jam nuts on the end of the bolts on both sides. So I can just hold the jam nut with my fingers and turn the bolt. Now I'm going to remove the junction box cover right here. Next I'm going to remove these front fenders here. There are two plastic rivets on the top and two Torx 30 screws coming up from the bottom inside here. Now I'm going to remove this panel here. There's a Torx screw here, a Torx screw here, and a 10 mil down there on both sides. If yours has this filter here, you'll need to undo the clamp, move the rubber boot aside, and then we can remove the panel. If your machine has this under dash panel here, you'll need to remove it. Next, we're going to take our main power wire here. We're going to connect the wire with the yellow tape on it to the yellow terminal on the winch, and the other wire to the blue terminal. Holding the winch with the power cables on the driver's side of the vehicle, you want to slide your winch into the front bumper and secure it with four 13 mil bolts and lock washers. Also, pull a few feet of the winch line out the front of the bumper. Now I'm going to install the fair lead using these 8 mil Allen key bolts, a lock washer, and a 16 mil nut. Next, I'm going to install the winch hook, slide on the rubber bumper, and then the winch hook. Next, I'm going to route our power cables over top of the winch to the passenger side of the vehicle, up through the rad shroud and into the hood. Here you can see I have the power cables going over top of the winch. There are pre-installed zip ties. You just snap them into place. Go up into the rad shroud. This cover here just pulls out from the bottom and then down. The cables go up and they come out the top right here in this hole. Now I need to secure the power cables to this panel here using this little eye loop. On the bottom side of this panel, there's a hole that I can screw this brass colored 7mm screw into. Now I'm going to install the winch solenoid. Make sure you connect the yellow wire to the yellow terminal and the other wire to the blue terminal. Next, I need to install the bracket that goes from the winch relay to the power on the machine and the negative one here. Here you can see how I have the brackets connected to these two relays, and they'll sit right there for the negative. And here's how I have the winch relay set up. There's a screw there securing it down. I have a bracket here over to the positive, the brackets here with the two relays going over to the negative, and my yellow and blue wires connected. Now I'm going to take my step drill bit and I'm going to drill a hole right here for the electrical wires to pass through. And there's my hole. No template needed. Now I'm going to slide the wires for a remote connector through the hole and secure it with these two Torx screws. Here you can see I have the remote connector secured in place with the two Torx 30 screws. Next I'm going to take this sub harness here and the wire connector that came with our remote control connector here. I'm going to plug it in, and then I have to plug these wires into the back of this connector. The instructions are not clear on which terminals they go in. So I'm just going to connect red to the red black, green to the green blue, and black to the blue wire. Hopefully that's it. Now I'm going to drop this panel back down onto the machine and connect it to our winch relay. Here's how I have the sub harness routed on the machine. I have it going here to the winch relay. If your winch is going in the wrong direction, just swap the green and the blue wire. Then I have it going through here to these pre-existing wires that come on all the machines and go through the firewall. Just match the colors, blue to white, green to green, red to red, black to black. I also have to connect this eye loop here to the negative terminal on the winch relay. Now we're going to go inside the machine and underneath the dash. Locate this group of wires here. It will be zip tied to the machine. Just cut it and we can replace it later. I'm going to pick out the wires that I connected to on the other side. These ones here. And connect the next sub harness. Now that I have the sub harness connected, I need to route the connector here to wherever I want the winch switch to be. I'm going to mount it right here. But you can also go over here on the other side of the dash. To remove the blank here, go in from the back side, give it a little push, and grab it with a pair of pliers. Now I can pull the connector through and plug in the switch. One of the last things I need to do is take these red and black wires here coming off the sub harness and connect it to the negative terminal there and the positive terminal right there. Okay, now that I have all the bullet connectors connected, the switch routed and plugged in, and my positive and negative wires routed up onto their terminals, I can click the switch into place. Now I just need to zip tie up the wires and secure them up in there, and we're almost done. Now I'm going to bolt this panel back down and reinstall the side fenders. Now just reinstall this little cover here, and then we can put the hood back on. If you found this one useful, drop me a super thanks. It goes a long way to helping out the channel. And if you haven't done so already, click that subscribe button and click up here to check out the next video. This has been my winch install on the Can-Am Defender. Ride safe.